Can you tell us about one time where you felt stereotyped?
A lot of times, because I live in the city, Omaha, Nebraska, so, a lot of times I get, stereotypes thrown at me, every day, all day.
It was actually in one of my sociology classes at Central Michigan University. We started talking about Native Americans and stereotypes, and everyone started bringing up the taxes thing and how we don't pay taxes. So all of a sudden, everybody turned around to look at me, and they're like, "Do you pay taxes?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I pay taxes."
Back in 6th grade at Portsmouth Elementary School in Portland, Oregon, I had a Caucasian teacher asked me if she could cut my hair off.
My husband and I used to live in Santa Fe, and when we very first moved out there, he had really long hair, and we went to a restaurant and we sat down, and the woman came up to us and she was like, "Well, what would you ladies like?" And it was real obviously because he had on, guy clothes, and it was just the feeling, and it was just the attitude that she had.
When they find out I'm Native American, they treat me with a sort of racism, and they say things like, Christy is the token Indian in our group because there's no one else around, and so I end up being the token Indian. I end up being labeled like that, and some people call me the squaw or the redskin.
One time I went to New York City, and every person I met, they referred to me as chief.
We went to this powwow once, and there was this Bilagana, this white man, and he didn't look Native American at all. Like, he was just pure white man. And he came to our powwow, and he had bought, remember how Tonto looks with the crow on his head? He bought a crow, and he put a black wig on. You could see his blonde hair coming out from the sides. And he decided to come into Grand Entry with that on.
We went to this one place here, and it had this machine where it was called Get Your Fortune from the Medicine Man, and that was ridiculous.
They asked if I'd do the rain dance to grow my lawn.
If they think we're drunks, they think all we do is sit around and take government money. They think we get everything for free. So I always got to explain all kinds of things, and they think we're still living in teepees and stuff.
Do we still live in teepees? Seriously, yeah.
Oh, of course, the teepees. And we're from northern New York. Back then, we were longhouses. So even the word teepee, we're like, that's out west. We're in the east.
And I always get asked all the time if I live in a teepee.
I heard it all. So you name it, I've heard it. Do I live in a teepee, igloo, or, do I wear, my regalia on a regular basis?
Even some non-Indians that are from around the nation still thought that we lived in teepees and, rode horses.
With the U.S., I find that the whole stereotypical Indian is very abundant in the U.S., whereas where I'm from in Canada, it's not like that there.
The positive coming out of these experiences, I'd say that a lot of people got educated.
I think just sharing our culture and our dance with other people, letting them know that we're still here and we're still gonna be here.
I just set them straight. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm Native American, so just break stereotypes all the time.
Well, I tell people about it. That's the one thing. Nobody wants to talk about racism, and nobody wants to talk about the stereotypes, and they keep thinking, we live in this, we have, an African-American president, we're in post-racial America. No, we're not. This stuff is just so kind of embedded in the very fabric of America. Like I said, people just aren't even aware that it's there. So the more that we talk about this, the more that we raise awareness of these issues, the more people are going to begin changing their own ideas and their own perceptions.
What would you like for those people or the non-Native Americans who are still uninformed about Native Americans to know?
Just think before you speak and ask if you don't know.
Native Americans here have been here. They're thriving. They're successful. All the stereotypes you hear is not true.
We're actually all diverse. Even though we're all natives, we each have separate languages and separate traditions and beliefs. So I would want people to know that about us as American Indians, that we're different, but we're the same.
That we're human beings, just like you guys. I mean, we happen to be indigenous people, and that's just one facet of who we are. And that they have to know their history, which is not being taught in the schools. It's something that they have to actually go out and research themselves, go to Gathering of Nations, meet Native people, talk to Native people.
We're all about that decolonization through music, art, dance, traditional dance, our ceremonies.
Is there a message you would like to tell young Native Americans or just Native Americans in general, or like a message you would like to give to them?
Don't be afraid to express yourself and be who you are, especially when it comes to dancing and singing.
The main message to the youth is, practice your language. The language is dying out so fast, and learn as much as you can. Never stop learning who you are and where you come from.
I think really own who you are and know who you are.
Educate yourself, and to get become a lawyer, man, become doctors. And I think that's the best way to really further ourselves is through education and getting that college degree, getting that master's degree, that doctorate degree. I think more and more there's more Native Americans becoming doctors, PhDs, man. I think that's awesome. So education is power, knowledge is power. I believe that.
We're all together in unity. Doesn't matter what color you are, what race you come from, what religion you believe in, we're all here together and to create that circle.